Welcome to Real Estate Investment Management Brokerage Development LLC Plumbing in a Mechanical Room. Today I wanted to show you a number of features of this mechanical room that have been built. The latest thing we've been doing, this water heater is an active vent water heater. What that means is that instead of heat from the water heater, the exhaust, the carbon monoxide, passively going out one of these tubes, there's a fan. So we had to install an outlet here, and then there's a fan that will go here. But I wanted to show you, so the hot water heater has hot water going in, there's a sign that says cold for cold water. So the cold water will come in and will get heated, and then it'll be removed as hot water and distributed through the house. But I want to show you something that I thought was interesting. Here, the code as we know it, you can't just run these pipes straight to the hot water heater. For some reason, they have to rise at least no less than 6 inches. So they have to do that before they go into the hot water heater. And then this one too, it rises 6 inches and then descends before it goes into the hot water heater. Some plumbers forget to do that, but it's important. The other thing I wanted to show you, this is a thermal expansion tank. Notice this cold water intake here, and then the thermal expansion tank. Notice the height at which it is just below the water tank itself. And notice the fittings going in, and again the 6-inch rise. We put a little shelf, and then earthquake brackets on it. The other thing another thing I wanted to show you here. So hot gases are going to go from this water tank up into the air. And so we built these tubes, these 3-inch PVC tubes that can take hot gases. Now I got to tell you, I learned this the hard way. There are 2 types of PVC. One that can accept the hot gases and one that can't. One's for like waste and drain. We installed the waste drain ones first and they didn't meet code, so we had to rip them all out and start again. Imagine the work in that. And now what's all this stuff going on here? You're not supposed to, some people test these pipes and the joints and the glue with air pressure to see if you have any leaks. You're not allowed to do that. You shouldn't be doing that. It's dangerous, and that's not what you're supposed to do. Instead, you're supposed to check them with water pressure. So we're going to fill them up, and then we're going to examine the joints, see if they leak, and if we don't, we're going to drain them down into this sewer drain here with this hose. So that's what all this is about. Now, when you might think you could fill up these pipes that go all the way through the roof with a hose, because we have a water supply, for instance, right over here. But you can't. The pressure isn't going to allow you to do that. So that's 3 inches of pipe plus a whole lot of volume going up through the roof. You're going to have to bring a hose from an outside tap to the roof, drop the hose into the top of these vents, and then fill them up with water, examine to see if they leak, and if they don't, then you drain them. That's what this is for. The other thing I wanted to mention is, well, gee, why are there 2? One is for an oxygen intake, and one is for removal of the hot gases out of the house. So we're going to put the hot one. That removes the gases further towards the top of the roof, and the oxygen intake we're going to use at the lower point. What else do I want to tell you about? So this is a gas line. Notice these connections. This is a coupling. And notice there's a special kind that it's yellow colored usually. Pipe dope they call it, but it's just some kind of sealant that seals the joints. And notice you need a shut-off. And with gas, usually the color is yellow related to gas. So this is a coupling with a shut-off close to the water tank. And then this is called a drip leg. Before you take the gas into the appliance, the water heater in this case, you need a drip leg. So you need to add that, and there are some more joints. And you can test this with water, and then you put like a spray of soapy water, and you spray the soapy water on the joints to see if they're leaking. If they're leaking, you see bubbles. And this is an expansion tank release valve. So if the pressure in the water tank is too much, this expansion valve will automatically release the hot water, and it will go in the pan there, and then we'll drain here. We could drain that to say here, if we wanted, like we're doing with this other drain. Let's see if there's anything else. So because this is an active vent with a fan, we're going to need an outlet. We might have mentioned that already. And while you're here, this is kind of neat. Some more plumbing. This is called, this is a, this allows water, hot water, to go under the cement for radiant heat, to heat up the floor. So you would have a boiler, for instance, and your hot water would go in here, and then your return would go in here. I thought you might find that interesting. So that's called a manifold. Some people might want to get a good look at that. There's a whole lot of work. And that is a substitute or a complement for heating your floor. You could heat your room through heating hot water into your floor and circulating it in different circuits. So we hope this helps you understand about a plumbing test, some features of installing a water heater, including a thermal expansion tank, and then just some fun stuff, some radiant heat, and some manifold, and some gas line, including the shutoff, coupling, and how you might evaluate if there's a leak, and a thermal expansion valve. We hope this helps you with your plumbing and keeps you safe. Thank you.